This is Dr. VNSR Venkateswara Rao, working as an associate professor from the Department of Chemistry in Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad, 5,43. So today I would like to give the topic on the compounding of the plastics. So first of all, we see what are the contents involved in the compounding of the plastics. So the contents is nothing but, first of all, we see the definition of a compounding of plastics and what is the need of compounding of plastics. After that, we can explain the what are the individual contents involved in the compounding of plastics with their suitable examples. Okay, so first of all, we see the definition of a compounding of the plastics. So compounding of plastics may be defined as the mixing of different materials, like plasticizers, fillers of extenders, lubricants, pigments to the thermoplastic and thermosetting resins to increase their useful properties like strength, toughness, etc. That means in order to the pure plastic is not suitable for the overall the process of all the things. In order to improve the qualities of the plastics, in order to improve the quality of the plastic, it is need to apply the compounding procedure. So the compounding procedure mainly involves the mixing of the different materials, like plasticizers, one, and second one, fillers of extenders, two, and third one, lubricants, fourth one, pigments to the thermoplastic or thermosetting resins in order to increase their quality, nothing but useful properties like strength and toughness characters. So resins have the plasticity or binding property but need Resins have plasticity or binding property but need other ingredients to be mixed with them for the fabrication into useful shapes. That means in order to improve the fabrication of the plastics into desired shapes, we need the procedure applying of the compounding, involvement of the plasticizers, fillers, lubricants, and pigments. So let us see individual examples. So first one is nothing but a resins. So resin means it containing two types of the resins, either cationic exchange resins or anionic exchange resins. Based on the functional group present on the resin, we can categorize whether the cation or anion exchange resins. That means the product of the polymerization is called resins, and this forms the major portion of the body of the plastics. That means the product of the polymerization. That means if the plastics undergoes the additional polymerization, nothing but in the case of the thermoplastics, so that is called as a resins. If the plastics may also undergo the condensation polymerization, in the case of nylon 6,6, that is also called as resin matrix. That means they are having the 3D network structure. So that means, and this forms major portion of the body of the plastics. That means it is binder which holds the different constituents together. That means it is nothing but a binder. Binder means having a strong binding capacity. So that means it is the binder which holds the different constituents of the together. That means thermosetting resins are usually supplied as linear polymers of comparatively low molecular weight because at this stage they are fusible and hence moldable. That means the conversion of this fusible form into cross-linked infusible form. Takes place during the molding itself in the presence of a catalyst, etc. So that is nothing but a resins. So what is the process involved in resins? Once again, you see the conversion of the fusible forms. Into cross-linked infusible form. That means either linear chain or branched chain is converts into a cross-linked linear chain infusible form. That means infusible means they are be molded or fusible by applying any temperature and pressure. So during the molding itself and in the presence of the catalyst, etc. So this is nothing but a resin of the compounding of a plastics. Next is second content. So second content is nothing but a plasticizer. So plasticizers. So from the title you can understand it can improve the quality of the plastics. That means improve the plasticity. Plasticity. So what is the meaning of plasticity? They can be molded into desired shape. So plasticizers are the substances added to enhance the plasticity of the material. Plasticity of the material. So that means what is the meaning of the plasticity? Plasticity is nothing but to improve the quality of the plastics. That means they can be molded or converted into desired shape. So that means the plasticity of the material and to reduce the cracking on the surface, and to reduce the cracking on the and to reduce the cracking on the surface. That means we observe cracks. So plasticizers are added to the plastics to increase the flexibility and toughness. To increase flexibility and toughness. So flexibility means they can be molded into desired shape, and plasticizers also increase the flow property of the plastics. Flow property of the plastics. That means what are the examples of this plastics is nothing but a tricresyl phosphate and dibutylate oxalate and castor oil. So all of these examples for a plasticizer. So what are the examples? Tricresyl phosphate, dibutyl oxalate and castor oil. Okay. So after that, we see the next step in compounding of plastics, nothing but fillers or extenders. Fillers or extenders. That means basically these fillers or extenders improve the strength of the plastics. So that means fillers are generally added to thermosetting plastics to increase electricity and crack resistance. So what are the advantages in thermosetting plastics? To improve elasticity and crack resistance. That means there is no beads on the surface of the material, and it can be molded into desired shape. So that is nothing but elasticity. So what is the best example for elasticity or elastomer? Nothing but rubber. Already I think you know about that. So next, fillers improve the thermal stability, strength and non-combustibility, water resistance, electrical insulation properties and external appearance. So fillers are improve the thermal stability and strength of the material. So after that we see non-combustibility, water resistance, electrical insulation properties and external appearance. So all of these comes under properties of the plastics by addition of the fillers. So finally we see what are the examples for a fillers. So the best examples for a fillers is nothing but a mica. After that we see the cotton and carbon black and graphite and barium sulfate, etc. Barium sulfate, etc. So all of these examples for a fillers are extenders. So next we see the dyes and pigments. So dyes and pigments means these are the substances to produce the color on the surface of the material. So that means these are the added to impact the desired color to the plastics and give decorative effect. That means in order to see the decorative items, they are present in different colors, and their visibility is more beautiful compared to the normal structure. So that means example, what are the examples of dyes and pigments? Nothing but a lead chromate. So lead chromate present in the yellow color because of the presence of a light. So after that we see the ferrocyanide. Ferrocyanide present in blue color. So the color of the compound mainly based on the metal present in the substance and surrounding ligand atoms. So after that we see the stabilizers. So from the title we can understand to improve the stability of the plastics. That means stabilizers are used to improve the thermal stability of a plastics. Example PVC. So PVC means what is the meaning of PVC? Nothing but polyvinyl chloride. Polyvinyl chloride. So what is the polyvinyl chloride? So nothing but basically stabilizers are used to improve the thermal stability of the plastics. So that is nothing but a PVC. And at molding temperature, PVC undergoes the decomposition and decolorization. That means in the case of the molding of temperature, PVC will be molded into desired shape and involvement of the decomposition and decolorization. That means to remove the color on its surface. So during their molding, stabilizers are very very important to apply the process. So what are the examples for the stabilizers? Nothing but white lead and lead chromate. White lead and lead chromate. Okay, so this is about the examples of the component of a plastics. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.